Hello, welcome ever to my first products video on eBay. So, for $30 you can get this box. Just kidding, it's gonna be a lot more than just a box. So, what I have in here is a mythical rare commander. It has box and everything. It goes right here for this little side piece here for some dice. Alright, so as you can tell, it's a lot of cards and they're all sleeved with different types of sleeves. Alright, so first off and foremost, what you're gonna get is an actual commander. Every legendary creature can become a commander. However, this card says it can be your commander, and some cards it has abilities to where it is your commander, not just a legendary creature. Like this Estrid the Mast. Well, it's kind of blurry. Let me see if I can zoom in to make it a little bit more clearer. Here we go. So, for the first ability, for +2, untap each enchanted permanent you control. So, that means if you attack and you have enchanted permanent, use the Planeswalker ability, they become untapped, and then you can block the next turn. So, basically, all your enchanted creatures has vigilance. Basically, or you can just use combos like tap a certain creature, do certain stuff, and then boom, you can untap every single one of them. To -1, create a white aura enchantment token named Mask attached to another target permanent. The token has enchant permanent and totem armor. So basically that means if you have a creature out, you put that on them and guess what? It becomes an enchanted creature. So last but not least, put the top 7 cards of your library into your graveyard. Return all non-aura enchantment cards from the graveyard to the battlefield. Then do the same with aura cards. So as you see, like a little theme enchantment, we got it's a 1, a green, a white, and a blue. Alright, let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, I think that made the graphics a little bit better. It did! Wow, okay. There you go. You can see a little bit better now. Ooh, she's a foxy! Alright, so there's going to be 50 cards in here. Every single card has to do something with enchantment or self-milling, so you can use that third ability even faster, or anything else like that. Alright, so boom. One of the cards you're going to get is a Blossom Prancer. I could go over every single ability, but that's going to be a little bit longer of a video. However, this one, as you can see right here, there's battlefield top 5 cards of the library. Reveal a creature or enchantment card, and then get it. Bada beam, bada boom. The next one is an elf card. You enter this battlefield to get a basic land. Because she has 3 different colors, you're going to need land very, very quickly. So that one's going to help you out with the land. Same thing here. I got a Scarecrow. Defender, add 1 mana of any color. Activate only once each turn. You don't even have to tap it either. So that'd be good. That'd be good just to get some mana going. And then this one, Shrimplin Suit. It gains power depending on how many enchantments you control. Or if you're a commander, you control a lot of enchantments. And now we got Arcanus Owl. Oh no, it fell. Boom! Enters the library. Look top 4 cards of your library. Reveal a enchantment card. Put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom in any order. It looks like I've got some mana. At 180. Add a white and a blue. Just in case you only get in green, you can use that to make some white and blue. If you got Stinging Lionfish. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, you may tap or untap non-land permanent. Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with her? Well, if you look carefully, it's an enchantment creature. So whenever you get your graveyard, all the enchantments onto the graveyard, you're also putting this fish back on there. Boom! It's at 2/1, but hey, it's a blocker and an attacker. So you can just, do actually some pretty good stuff with that as well. And you could just use that just in case you have any instances, and then you can just tap another creature on an opponent's turn. See, that right there would be good. You just have it and boom. Speaking of instance, we have Dispel. Counter target instant spell. Why not? So then we got this one. Ichthyornis. Turns the opponent into a fish. So, use her ability to bring it back from the graveyard, and then one of the opponent's creatures turns to a fish. Not even a good looking fish either. You got Illusion Wrapping. It's the same thing as another one, but makes a power and toughness 0/2. Makes it kind of useless, just only a blocker. Same thing, use all abilities. It can't untap. It's an aura card. As you can tell, I got a bunch of stuff where it like stops the opponents in. And yeah, that'd be kind of cool. We got enters the battlefield or dies, choose one, draw a card, discard a card. I put this one on there so you can draw a card and discard an enchantment card. If you have Estrid the Master, like, good to go and blocked, about to use the ability, that makes it a little bit easier. You go through your deck quicker, thus you can actually use that ability to bring it back from the graveyard. We got Essence Capture, counter target creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So your commander does not buff your team at all. So this is a counter and a buff at the same time. Just so you can have a little bit extra oomph in it, because you're just an enchantress, you're not really, buffing up that much. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card and discard a card. And then same thing, you just draw, discard, go through your deck, try to get more enchantments down the road so you can get it a little bit faster. Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of those cards in your hand, and one to the graveyard, and one to the library. Same thing, it's a cheap one too, it's just one and a blue. Alright, so we got Astral Wingspan. It's an enchantment and an aura with a convoke, and there's a battlefield, draw a card. You always need to draw a card, and then it's a buff. So yeah, you always need to have a draw card, and since you're playing Enchantress, you don't have any built-in drawing card effects, so you're going to need some draw card effects on there. And this is just a reference, or not real reference, it's just 50 cards that goes with Estrid. Estrid, if you have more, good for you. Make a deck out of her. These are just 50 cards that would actually help her. Like, really good helper. Or not really just really good, just to be good synergy. And there's a battlefield, draw a card, discard a card. And it's a regular creature, so you can enchant it, and then you can use that ability, blah, blah, blah. See, and this one right here, draw a card, discard a card. Draw a card, discard a card. As you see, it's helping them, and it's an enchantment. Bada bing, bada boom. Looks like we got another green one. Ooh, look at this, Windstorm. Deals X damage to each creature we're flying. Nice. It's like it's a mini board wipe. It deals damage to all flying. It's a mini board wipe. You always need a board wipe in your decks. We got Retrieve. Return up to one target creature card, up to one target non-creature permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Exile Retrieve. See all the cards where you have draw a card and discard a card? Boom, I got a card right there where you can just take cards out the graveyard. And then I got a couple sagas. I got a Scry 2, gain 2 life. Exile this saga, return to the battlefield, transform onto your control. It's an enchantment. So if you use Estrid as a main ability, it will come back out as an enchantment, blah, blah, blah. And then, whenever it transforms, it turns to a 2/2 first strike enchantment creature. So you could attack, and then, guess what? You can untap it with Estrid's ability. Like I said, Estrid is pretty darn good. Looks like you got another enchantment creature. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each enchantment you control. So it's 7 altogether. Well, guess what? You're going to have an enchantment, so it's not going to be 7. It's never going to be 7 if you're playing it right. So a 4/4 flying enchantment creature. It's pretty good, I guess. It goes with it. One eventually does 4 damage to a target attacking or blocking creatures. You're not going to have the best defense or the best offense, so this would definitely help out in a pinch. Here's another saga. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and flying. Do it 2 times, exile this saga. It's an enchantment, so you can always bring it back with Estrid if you can use that ability. And it turns into a flying a 2/4 insect creature token. Insect creature, not creature token, just insects. Alright, so then now we got Collar the Culprit. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. Everybody's going to have a boss monster out in the field, so you might as well try to destroy one of them. If you don't have an enchantment to get rid of it, you always have that. And we get a Rest. Enchant creatures, an aura card, so you can bring it back onto the battlefield. Enchanted creature can't attack or block, and its activated abilities cannot be activated. So it's just there. That can't do anything. It is just there. We got Sentinel's Mark, as you see right here. Flash, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+2 and has vigilance. When Sentinel's Mark enters the battlefield, if you cast it in your main phase, enchanted creature gains lifelink. You always need to gain life. If you always want to lose life, what are you, a demon? Alright, so we got Borderland Ranger. Borderland Ranger enters the battlefield. You may search your library for a basic land card. Land searching deck, because you do have 3 colors. Green, white, and a blue. You always need land. Boom. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in the library, and put it on top of it. So at least you know you're going to get a land the next turn. You always need land. You can't say no to land. You always need land. Even if you have good mana ramp, there's always ways to get rid of artifacts a lot better than is getting rid of lands. So artifacts is good, but you still need lands every once in a while. This one is for the bigger players. It is 1 mana, it's a 1 and 2, is an enchantment creature, but for 7 mana, draw 3 cards. That one's, I don't know. If you have good mana, fine. I just figured it would go with it. It'd be a good blocker, because it's just 1 mana. But besides that, I didn't really expect anybody to really use the 7 mana to draw 3 cards. I don't know, that's on y'all. I'm just putting in there for a good blocker. It's very, very cheap. 1/2. This one right here is a good blocker. However, Beloved Princess can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. So if you amp her up using some of the few buff cards or use your own buff cards, you make her better, stronger, and then guess what? Boom. I just figured she'd be like a good attacker and stuff. This one right here is, it's a 4 mana, it's a regular creature, but you can also enchant it using Estrid's masks. When it enters the battlefield, become the Monarch. You always want to become the Monarch. The Monarch is like the best thing to do in here. Voice of Us, an angel. I figured I might as well give you a couple of flying creatures in here. As voice enters the battlefield, choose a color. Protection from the chosen color. So, make sure you don't put green, white, or blue, because if you do, that means your enchantments can't affect it. So, like say red or black. Red or black is the ones you really want to say, oh wow, looks like you're going using a black deck or a red deck or whatever. So you put this up, put black on it, so then now you have this enchanted creature and black or red can't affect it. Nice. This one right here. When it enters the battlefield, you may return target enchantment from your graveyard to your hand. So when you do not drawing a discard, put her onto the battlefield and get one of those enchantments back. Another enchantment. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and flying. When an enchanted creature dies, create a 2/2 griffin creature token with flying. So then you have another creature to enchant. So this is good. Like, oh, enchanted creature dies. Well, now you still have a blocker, a 2/2 blocker. Ooh, fall from favor. Enters the battlefield. Tap enchanted creature and you become the Monarch. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's tap place unless that player is the Monarch. So then, that doesn't mean you can put a bounty on your head, but hey, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun game. We got Praying Eyes. Draw 4 cards, then discard 2 cards. See, that one is useful. Put all your enchantments in the graveyard and boom. This one right here. The enchanted creature can't be blocked. This one is good. I love Aquarius form. This is like always in any of my decks I actually play. I don't really play that much anymore. But this was my card. I have tons of these cards. I love this card. It's just a regular common card. Can't be blocked, and when you attack, you scry 1. What more do you want? Got an enchantment creature. You get just a regular 3 mana lifelink. You always need lifelink enchantment creature. Attack, you can untap. Alright, so we get Regent's Authority. Target creature gets +2/+2 to the end of turn of an enchantment creature. If it is an enchantment creature or legendary creature, instead put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gets +1/+1 to the end of turn. It's just a little buff, and then it goes with enchantments. We got Sarah Angel. We just need a couple flyers. For Flying Vigilance. It's a pretty higher one, but if you've been looking at the mana cost, most of it has been kind of cheap. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. It's just there. But hey, we all need something like that. You summon Eldrazi? Nah, it's pacifist. Spirit Link. When an enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life. You don't have to put it on your creature. You can put it on another creature. And then, whenever it deals damage to anybody, to anything, it gains that much life. So, you're about to lose it, and somebody's using Eldrazi demons on, like, very high, powerful beat sticks. Put this card on that card, and anytime he attacks anything, or blocks, guess what? You're going to be getting life. So, I always played Two-Headed Giant before Commander came out, and this was a good card back then. It's not really this particular one, but it's other cards like this where you gain life depending on damage dealt from another creature. That was fun. It just wasn't this card itself, but it was something like it. You know, they like make cards and it's very similar to other cards. Yeah. Seal from Existence, Ward 3. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until Seal leaves the battlefield. Let's just put down an enchantment. Bye-bye, creature. And then we got Sudden Clasp. Enchanted creature gets +1/+3. And then return enchanted creature to its owner's hands. So somebody's using a board wipe, just pay 1 mana, bring your monster back, and it will survive. Looks like we got Leaden Fists. Enchantment or enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and doesn't untap his controller's untap stat. So you can technically just put this on your card and then make your creature gets +3/+3. Attack with it when you can. Use Estrid to untap it because it would be enchanted now. And then it will still get a +3/+3. And then you can use it to block, whatever. Your next turn comes around, attack. Since it can't be untapped, you just untap it with Estrid after you attack, and then it'll keep attacking. Woo! That's a good combination. Alright, what do we got here? We got Veiled Serpent. When an opponent casts a spell, if Veiled Serpent is an enchantment, Veiled Serpent becomes a 4/4. Right, it has cycling, just in case you want to, you know, it is an enchantment, so you can always get it back. We got a little mana ramp in here, might as well be gracious to you. Arcane Signet. We got Suspension of Field. When it enters the battlefield, max target creature toughness 3 or greater until it leaves the battlefield. Yep. Bye-bye, Mr. Giant. Last but not least, Scroll Shift. Exile up to 1 target artifact, creature, or enchantment you control. Then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. Draw a card. So, like say, if a big creature comes out and you already have your debuff, or to make it a fish or whatever, use this card to take that fish card off the battlefield, put it back on the battlefield, and then attach it to that big new monster, and then it turns into a fish, and then draw a card. Alright, so I'm going to try to go for $30 for all of these. 50 support cards with a really good commander. Actually, I really do like this commander. And a deck box that comes with it. Boom, 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 boom. $30. So you probably wonder that's a little bit too much. Like, no, not really. You can go to other places, spend the $90 for a deck that's literally just the same as this. Now this one is actually hand-picked and everything. You don't get any lands, but, yeah. What more do you want? I may drop down a little bit. I don't know yet. I just know that I'm going to start doing like an extra store on eBay. And I'm going to start with $30 on this. See how well that goes. And then I'm going to try to, I don't know, go back down a little bit just to see if it works or not. Because Estrid itself is kind of expensive for a card. Now, this is kind of expensive for a card. And then you get a deck box right for it itself, which is roughly 10, 15, 20, depends on where you're getting it from. And then all the cards with the sleeves. And I hand-picked the cards itself. So, yeah. Woo! Thank you all for watching. I'm Nick from Jordan Gamers. I will have this on eBay. Don't know if I'm going to have it on eBay before. Actually, I will have it on eBay before I set this up. So I will send the link from eBay. Put it on this card. If you do not see it, that means somebody already bought it. So, first come, first serve. This is the only one I'm going to make with Estrid until I get another Estrid card, which would be kind of hard to get, but it's going to be May. I don't know why I said that.